Hi everyone, welcome to the Path of the Awenydd. I'm your big bad wolf of astrology, Blythe My Droog, for your weekly forecast for the 26th of October to the 1st of November. This week we're going to discuss the trining of Venus to Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter, which is counterbalancing the effects of Mars squaring those planets. And we also have Mercury squaring those planets as well. We'll also talk about how Mercury retrograde is going backwards into Libra, while Venus is also moving forward into Libra. So we'll have a look at those right after this. Hi Aries. Let's look into more detail regarding your weekly forecast for the 26th of October to the 1st of November. Starting out on Monday, we can see that we've got Venus here in your 6th house of daily activity and work, still trining up to your Saturn and Pluto in your 10th house of career and long-term goals in earthly Capricorn. This is coming off from last week's trines as well, so they will diminish during the weeks, but we still have this energy to work with. I can see your work ethic and your daily activity and your work details are marrying up nicely with your career goals and your long-term goals. You've got Venus trining up to Saturn, which means that you've got a nice relationship with your superiors. You have deadlines to meet, but they're within easy reach for you. I think at this time that you would like to know that sort of detail, and that you can work with that deadlines. Any time constraints that you've got there are quite ideal for you. Something that you are really passionate about doing at the moment. You're also see with this Venus and Pluto trine that you've got a deep connection between your daily work activity and your career goals, so that everything's marrying up really nice for that. You just have to look out for this Mars squaring Jupiter. It's not an exact square, but you will still feel the effects of that. And what that is doing, obviously, it's a bit of an overload. You're doing too much. You're trying to do too much, and this is coming from basically that you're not feeling that you're doing enough. I think with that Mars retrograde in your personality house, and I think you're wanting that you want to do more, and you are doing more. You just don't feel like you're doing more. So you just need to check that at the start. We also have the Sun and Mercury retrograde in your 8th house of shared resources, debts, and loans and things like that. And there's a rethinking there of are you able to meet the commitments for any kind of loans or debts or any joint finances that you've got that you're thinking about committing yourself to. And that Sun energy is giving that you're giving you some major energy towards that. But that Mars retrograde, so that Mercury retrograde is making you rethink that, looking back over your past experiences and things like this, which honestly is probably the best time to do it. Not to do it, it's probably just a time to reflect and maybe postpone it just for a little while. With Mercury retrograde, it's all about how we are going to. We need to stop and think about what's happening, and maybe some past experiences has brought to light some new experiences that we've got. I think I said that right. Sorry. And these are in opposition to Uranus over here in your 2nd house of personal values and personal resources. Uranus has that you feel that you need to you're valuing your self-expression at this time, and you're not sure whether your commitments to your joint finances or joint resources is equal to allowing yourself to value to express yourself. So there could be some contracts or agreements in your 8th house that you aren't feeling is letting you express that side of yourself, or that side of that you value at this moment. Now this opposition is going to come exact on the Saturday, which is Halloween, on the 31st. And then we will also have the blue moon here, probably conjunct with your Uranus at that same time. I will put a link in my full moon video so that you can find out how this might affect you in your 2nd house. With that full moon, the feeling that there's going to be some sensitivity in your personal values, and some emotional ties as well with that self-expression. So we just need to look out for that. You also have still the sextile of Neptune with your Jupiter in your 10th house. Your 12th house is your subconscious, your hidden thoughts, your hidden meanings, your subconscious. So you've got that dream state going in your subconscious. So you have this dream, this ideal, this dream job, maybe, perhaps, and that is marrying over with Jupiter at this time. So Jupiter is trying to make those a reality. So there's a big expansion for that, especially in earthly Capricorn. And in your career house, there's this really linked to what that hidden dream that you've got going for you. So that's a good way to start out the week. For the most part, this week is pretty quiet. We do have Mercury starting to square up to Saturn on Tuesday. This could mean that you will find that you are having some miscommunication with superiors, or there's some miscommunication about deadlines, or there's delays in deadlines. This may affect any contracts you've gone into. Luckily, you've got Venus still in your 6th house of work activity, in your daily activity, trining up to that Saturn energy. So you're able to charm your superiors. You'll be able to work your way into either expanding the deadline or any time constraints that you've got that is causing some stress. On the Wednesday, we can see that Venus is moved up into your 7th house of relationships. This is personal relationships and romantic relationships and business partnerships. And also Mercury has gone back into Libra, as it's a retrograde. It's backward motion. It's put it back into the sign of Libra. Now this could mean that we are rethinking our partnerships, especially to do with your career at this moment, because they're both lining up with this. So there's some career partnership activity. So there's either a relationship with your superiors, your work colleagues, or the business in general. So you need to look out for, just keep an eye out for that. It also could mean that I think that's probably all that's going to happen on that one. Obviously, with Venus being in Libra, which is the sign it rules, its energy sort of magnifies into that. So there could be some romantic notions in the following week or so with Venus there. Maybe office romance, possibly getting very serious. I don't know. It could be. I'm not saying it's not. So then we move into Thursday, and we've got 29. Yeah, we've got Mercury starting to square up to Pluto. This could mean that there are you are thinking that things are being kept from you at work or in your career, or in your goals, that there's this, I want to say gossip. There's this gossip going around the office, and you're trying to dig into that, and you're sort of filling in the gaps yourself, and which isn't probably the healthiest thing to do, because you don't know the reality of what's happening with all this miscommunication. So my advice for you for this one is, maybe go to the source and find out from whoever, if there's a gossip going around that you know of, and don't use second resources as confirmation for anything. Try to go to the source if possible. If not, go around multiple sources and just make sure that you've got a firm understanding of what you think is happening, and then maybe go to the source. But just look out for that office gossip or things being done in the background, in back rooms, basically. And moving forward, we've got that opposition, that Sun Uranus opposition there. That's that individuality that needs the expression, that strengthens starts strengthening up on the Friday, and like I said, it goes exact on Saturday, and I will put in the full moon link in this video. Other than that, and then on Saturday, on the 31st of October, and continuing on into Sunday, we've got Mercury now squaring up to Jupiter. With that, there is information overload happening with partnerships in your career as well. So you've got that career link. So you need to just make sure that any information that you are getting, you can edit out what makes sense to you. What else we got? You could also be missing the details of any communications that's going around, any talks. You could be missing vital details that is making you be suspicious of activities that are happening in the career. And that's it, really, Aries. So if you like this, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And I hope to see you again soon.